Well, welcome to our podcast, and this is going to be kind of an interesting podcast that we have this time.
Hmm.
We're going to talk a lot with Daphne Cook about the USDA and the USDA license and what we're trying to do with USDA. And later on in our podcast, you're going to get to meet Kevin Baldwin, and you're going to get to see a little bit about how he cuts the product and how he does this. But we just are so happy to have you down here at a little piece of heaven at Junction TN7 at Ag City, the home of the USDA licensed research, the only
The only
independent.
non-university.
Amen. So
Absolutely.
tell us a little bit about what we've got going on here with USDA. Some of
Absolutely.
the things that this is an amazing crop,
Yes, it looks
and we're
really
going to
good.
see how well it harvests here in just a little bit. But this
Absolutely.
has been that from looks wise, we've got some 16-foot product out here.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge, and it's only August. It's still got some time to go, and it's. I think it's bigger than it is last year by
Well,
like 3 feet or so. I would
Well,
say.
last year when we measured out, we got some just right at probably 12,
Hmm.
close to 13 feet.
Yep.
On this already, we're over 16 feet.
Absolutely.
And so it's pretty amazing
It
on the
is.
tonnage that we're going to be able to get off this research facility.
Absolutely. It
So
is.
let's talk a little bit. Let's share a little bit about the USDA and what we're
Absolutely.
all about and why we're doing it and how we're
Yes.
trying to help farmers out and SOPs and
And
ROIs and
ROIs.
all that good
So
stuff.
we're all about SOPs and ROIs at Native Prairie Hemp. Basically, we want to be able to have farmers have a way to make sense, like to grow hemp in a way that makes sense for them and their farm. So that's been the basis of our research. Bill's been on that since 2019, just trying to get hemp to work. And as a background as a farmer and in agricultural research, it just kind of made sense. And so now we are researching which varieties, planting methods, how to take care of it, and how to harvest it so that it's affordable, it doesn't tear up your machine, it's easy, and it works with what you've already got going on your farm.
Amen. And
Yep.
the other thing that Daphne, you joined the team about 3 years ago,
Yes, it's been 3 years now.
and as an intern, and then the data collection and everything that you were able to do using that VIP system.
Yes.
And the one thing that's nice about the VIP system, it collects all your ROI and your SOPs and all your data, and so you can go back and look year
Yes.
after year, see what you did, how it works,
Absolutely.
and so you can track and trace this thing, from down to just a small acreage or even small plots on up
Yes.
to big fields.
Absolutely. And the thing is that it's also accessible for people to access. We have an open space where people can come out and scan a QR code and see the information on that field. We want it to be as transparent as possible for people to learn more about hemp, and VIPS makes it a billion times easier for not only us to collect and make sense of the data, but also for people to be able to view it.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And one of the things I want to make sure and share here, this I'm really excited about with Ag City. Ag City is putting in. I don't think there's anything in this part of the state. We're putting in a visitors bureau,
Yes, you are.
and there's
Yep.
about 12 different projects going on in that visitors bureau. But one of them is going to be about hemp
Absolutely.
and how to use hemp. So you not only can come in the summertime and have a virtual, just walk through and see everything, but this is going to be on film, on year round, on everything that you can do and learn about hemp. And you can
Absolutely.
come by and actually, when we get done, I think we're going to have a full line of hemp products that we're going to be able to buy or sell out of that visitors bureau.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily directly there, but we're linking all over with
Yes.
everybody that does hemp. So you can just get in and Google their thing and ship it out of Kentucky or ship it out of Kansas. So our whole goal is part of the Visitors Bureau is to educate people about the cannabis plant,
Absolutely.
and it is a
The
miracle plant.
crop.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes, it is. It has so many uses, and I think it's so good that Ag City will be able to combine a lot of different people who are in hemp and not just Missouri focused, but Midwest and beyond. And so you got to stick together in the hemp community, the cannabis community, and so that's something that
That's awesome.
we're absolutely
That's
pushing
awesome.
for.
And the other thing I might share is that right now we've got 6 chamber of commerces that are coming on board to work with us.
Absolutely.
We're kind of trying to promote the 7 highway corridor, and so all the education information. We're looking at the Axon Museum coming in down here virtually,
Yes.
and so you'll have a lot of history, and it
All
even
in
goes
one
back
spot.
clear to the Civil War.
Yes, it
Daphne.
does.
So there's so much that you can learn about the history, and now You can learn how to raise hemp and
Absolutely.
anything to do with cannabis. We're trying
Yeah.
to make it more affordable and make it where people
Absolutely.
can learn how to use it.
Absolutely. And the first step I feel like is education and just showing people it has so many uses and a lot of medical or health benefits. And so hemp
Yeah.
across the board has over 1,000 uses. It's called the miracle crop for a reason. And
Well,
so,
and we started out for the first few years just hammering on CBD, CBD,
yep.
CBD, and CBG, CBNs, and there's some mixtures that came along later with the
Sure.
CBG and CBD, and then they had some mixtures that came along that was really powerful with a little bit of THC in
Mhm.
it, like real small dosages,
Mhm.
and we've seen it, take the place of many people, that are older folks like myself, that
Yeah.
are on opioids or having lots of
Yes.
different problems. We see that that's actually working for
It is.
people.
It
And
makes sense
so
that the plants, you get the health from the plants. It's going to make you feel better, less addictive, or non-addictive at
yeah.
all, and just so much better for people
Well, and
overall.
if you just look at what opioids has done for this
Yeah.
country, it's not been a good thing.
Oh, no,
And
it has
we
not.
think this is a natural crop
Mhm.
put out here by the good Lord for us to use, and we haven't been taking advantage of it as much as we should be.
Yeah.
Look, just say something about the environment. Look what we do with the environment if you're using hemp. Look how you
Absolutely.
redo the soil.
It cleans up the soil, it cleans up the air. I mean, it makes better crops in the future as well, and it takes less inputs, less water. It is a lot faster turnaround for similar products that trees provide products for. Hemp, you can grow that in a season. Trees, that takes
Well,
years
yeah,
to do.
and see, one of the things that on a really big hemp here, we got
Hmm.
some big hemp,
Yes, we
and
do.
we planted it thin, and it's going to be big around as you're
Hmm.
a quarter or better.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know this year, one of the things that we're working with USDA on, and some of the other people, is the carbon in that,
Yes.
and if we can burn that
Yeah.
product, and so there'll be
Make a
some new
biochar.
experimental, biochar.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
biochar is kind of a hot thing right now,
It
literally,
is. Oh,
literally.
come on, come on. I see that.
And so
It's hot
now,
now, but it's been around for millennia.
most of the things we
Yeah,
look at is not something that's brand new. It's something that we've reborn from the past, and it's
absolutely.
been here, and we
Yep.
just forgot about how to use it.
But we're coming back.
Coming back.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I
There's
know
a
this
lot
is
of work.
going a little bit long, but we want to stop now. We want to get to the field with
Yes, I
Kevin,
do. We're
and
excited.
we're excited about seeing some harvesting going on.
Yes, we are.
All
What did
right,
they say, Bill?
and it ain't easy,
Hemp it ain't easy.
and we'll be right back
Yes,
with
we will.
Kevin. Well, we're back with Kevin Baldwin. You're down here in Ag City, and we're really excited talking about the whole hemp and the USDA hemp project. And Daphne can share just a little bit. She's talked a little bit about it earlier, but we got Kevin Bauman here, and Kevin's been here last year. We're kind of doing more data, and Kevin, tell us a little bit about your company and a little bit about what all you do.
So we have a construction company and a custom silage chopping, and we mainly do corn and spring crops. But last year we had the opportunity to chop this hemp, and it worked very well, and it went better than I actually expected. So we're back this year and give it another shot, and it works very well. There's a little bit more wear on the machine than corn, but corn's real easy to cut, one of the easiest crops. And so it ended up tearing the fibers and stuff just about right perfectly, actually. Kind of helps cut some.
Well, when we get back here, after you get done, we're going to take some video of you harvesting here in a little bit. But I just want to share, Daphne and I went all over here a couple of years ago when she was kind of the intern and before we got the USDA license to do the USDA stuff. So, I mean, tell a little bit why we got the USDA license.
Yeah, we got it because there was some research we were already doing, and so we decided to make it official, get a USDA research license, just trying to find the best way for farmers to be able to grow hemp. And now being able to harvest it, that's a huge piece of the puzzle that is solved after all these years. And last year was the first successful year with that, and we're excited for this year, part two.
Well, and to Daphne, one of the things when Daphne and I got started 3 years ago now,
Yeah.
and we actually looked trying to figure out because we were tearing up equipment and our farmers that we were using, they were so frustrated and they were trying to bale it, trying to break it, so if any tonnage we would get at all, it was so hard on it. And I was actually looking at on a YouTube video, out of California, and I seen where they were getting some 19 and 20-foot tall hemp and some varieties that would get that tall. So the only thing that would be able to harvest it, Kevin, is a machine like this.
Yeah.
And now you said this machine, they use it all over the world, but it's like, it harvests, it'll eat about anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Little trees and obviously that hemp, we didn't ever plug the header, nothing. Like the mowers, it was wrapping up and stuff. And
well, we just tear up. We would tear up a normal piece of equipment to harvest this. If you're getting really good hemp, you're going to tear up the equipment. Looks to me like.
And the only thing that did to this was wear. We didn't plug or nothing last year, so everything went.
Well, and the other pretty cool thing about this equipment here, here's what it does, Kevin, and you can actually size it.
Right.
So
we can adjust.
You can adjust the size. So we did have a buyer in here earlier, and they wanted certain sizes, but they make a hempcrete, and we'll look at that a little bit later. But what you can do is you can size that to different sizes to fit the customer's need.
Exactly.
And so what it does, this one harvest takes care of 3 other things. So one function, it eliminates mowing, it eliminates raking, and it eliminates baling. And what you're doing here, if they took it in, they would have to put it in a bale buster and chew it all up. So you're doing 4 functions with one operation.
All at once.
All at once.
Yep.
And then we're going to look at what we did last year, some samples, and how it winters over, and how it's just like insulage. You just pile it up, and you get it dry, and people can store it, and you can use it. And so we're excited about having you back and taking some video of all the things that you're doing this year.
Really glad to be here.
Well, so we're going to be right back, and we're going to go to the field and watch Kevin and his equipment harvest hemp. All right, well, we're back here, and we made our trip down to the field, Daphne and I, and we were here last year. So just to give you a rough idea, now Kevin's going to come in here and chop this. We're going to take some videos of how it works. But what's really cool is all of this is volunteer from last year. We did not reseed this at all. So what's happened is it reseeded. We had seed. It shattered out. It went through the winter. I come in here and put about 100 pounds of nitrogen on it. So my total cost in this second crop of hemp is about $50-some worth of nitrogen fertilizer, and that's it.
That's crazy.
So now you can see it, and actually, Daphne, it's better than it was last year.
It is. It is.
It's taller, better, thicker.
Yes, it is, and it's like dense too. There's not, except for the outside rims, there's not a lot of weed pressure on the inside. We went in there earlier this week, and it looks really nice. We had a couple people over, and they couldn't believe it was all just volunteer hemp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to watch Kevin. And this is him and his trucks. So we're going to take some video shots of him harvesting, and then we'll take some shots of the trucks dumping and where we put them. So all of this is pretty exciting stuff right now. So we'll just kind of step back out of the road and watch the activity. Well, we're back, and we're going to wrap this thing up with Kevin and Daphne. And so, I mean, we've got so many questions, Kevin, and we just wrapped up our USDA research on the fiber. And Kevin was here, and we were talking about how much better and easier it harvested. But we harvested about 6 weeks earlier.
Yes.
And so, how did it harvest?
Well, the harvest side of it was maybe a little, like, maybe took a little bit more horsepower, but I feel like being drier, it could maybe was a little bit more stringy,
Yeah, and see,
had a little more fiber.
yeah. So this is kind of the most of the fiber you would see in it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
this year, it's not much fiber left in it, is there?
No,
It's
no,
pretty chewed up.
pretty chewed up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but what I can do, when we in bigger projects, because it'll take about a day of work, I can slow or speed up my feed rolls more with aftermarket parts.
Sure.
And then also switch knives. And there's 48 knives in it now. I can get less knives to where we can get the fiber even longer.
Yeah, and so this is something that our processors would be able to tell us when we're taking these samples and stuff how much they want.
Right.
And this is something you can adjust your machine for.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great news.
Once we get into it and I make all them adjustments with the knives and feed rolls, then we still have a range that we can adjust the length, the cut length and stuff of the fiber.
So what we're going to find out now, this is going to be a lot wetter this year. So we're going to figure out kind of how, if you look at last year, this is some of the product, and this is what it looked like a year later, right here. And it's done really good. Now this is what it looks like going in, and we'll see what as time goes on. We'll work with it and see how we can dry it down and see what it looks like as an end product. You want information on how this works? I've never seen another one of these machines in this area, and the one I seen was from California. So remember, if it ain't easy, and we appreciate you ever want to come down and stop by Ag City, a little piece of heaven at Junction T and 7, just about 30 miles from Clinton, Missouri, 4 miles south of Harrisonville. And we got a little museum here. We're going to have a lot of information about hemp all year long, not other products, and how our farmers can make a good ROI and make a living out of doing some of this and help your soil. It helps your soil.
Yes, it does.
And makes the farm better. So hemp is a miracle crop.
For a good reason.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate it, and we'll see you on the turnaround.